Welcome to week 6 of our History 101 course. This week you will be learning about the American Revolution. You need to read chapter 6 about the Revolution. You need to watch this video. You need to watch the documentary video Founding Mothers, which talks about the role of important women during the American Revolution. And you'll notice here that the link goes directly to a library database. In the past, I've been able to also find these videos, some of them on YouTube and in other places. But this time you need to enter into the library database. So I'd like you to please try this link right away and make sure that your login and access to the library is working well. Please complete Inquisitive Chapter 5. Now, if you haven't been completing the Inquisitive work, you need to please go in there and start doing that. You need to take the Chapter 6 test, and you need to participate in the discussion, Political Cartoons in the American Revolution. And in this discussion, you are going to be conducting an internet search for credible sites, and you are going to pick a political cartoon. And you're going to use another website which gives you instructions about how to analyze cartoons to analyze that political cartoon. And then finally, there is an optional extra credit in Etudes. And in this extra credit, you'll be watching a video about Native Americans, and it includes a little bit about Thanksgiving as well. This week, you are reading Chapter 5 in the textbook, The American Revolution. This chapter begins with an extensive discussion of the fighting of the Revolutionary War. It talks about the challenges that both the British and the Americans faced and the strategies used on both sides. And it also describes some of the major turning points and battles in the war. The chapter moves on to talk about the Revolutionary War as a civil war in which groups of Americans within this new nation were fighting each other. So sometimes this war pitted fathers against sons and neighbors against each other, as some of the colonists remained loyal to the British and others were patriots. And finally, the chapter concludes with a look at social changes and the war. The war struck and enhanced discussions about freedom and liberty. Some women began to talk about freedom from the tyranny of men, but very few men listened. Native Americans moved further away from equality in North America, as the victory of the United States was devastating to Native Americans. And finally, African Americans and slavery also, this probably had the most important impact on them. The discussions of liberty and freedom led many Americans to start reevaluating slavery. And in fact, in many of the northern states, they abolished slavery fairly soon after the American Revolution. So at the end of the American Revolution, this map shows the outlines of the United States. The United States went to the Mississippi River and then up north, and it was bordered by the British in Canada on the north and by the Spanish in Florida on the south. In the next chapter, you'll be reading about the debates over the creation of the new nation.